Good morning, Dakota Ridge. I'm Cameron Fitzhugh.
And I'm Lydia Barclay, and here is your Ridge Review.
We hope you had a good Thanksgiving break. Now that we're back, basketball is gearing up for a new season, and our Eagles have a new coach, Keegan Bell.
Just to get started, I'm from Alabama, so I'm brand new here, and it's the first year being in Colorado. But just seeing the girls play, we haven't played much. We've just been working all summer, so I'm just really excited to see what Colorado basketball has to offer. I am like energy, enthusiasm. That's what kind of my whole makeup is. We're gonna bring, I say we bring juice, right? Energy, enthusiasm. Every time we're out there, we're gonna have fun. I want the fans to like it, and I want them to like playing. Yeah, first time in Colorado, I'm looking for, I've been kind of watching film on last year, just seeing, what we're going up against. I mean, there's schools, and we have a brand new league, which everyone's brand new to me. So I'm kind of watching schools from last year. I'm looking up Huddle and watching little video highlights just to see kind of what we're comparing. Grace, one of our players, went to this really awesome event with like kind of top players in Colorado. So I went to watch her, and I got to get a feel of like kind of the talent pool around. So yeah, just doing whatever I can with the little video that I have. We're just daily improvements. We're just going to push it and do the best we can every single day and just kind of go from there. The girls are really great. They've been working on really hard. I mean, from the start of the summer until now, the improvements they've made has been amazing, and I'm just kind of excited to see it take form on the court.
I mean, we've been working hard, so I've just improved just overall. I'm mostly looking forward to winning a game or a couple games. That'd be great.
Good luck to our players this year. Be sure to go out and support our teams. And speaking of teams, your friendly senior superfans keep the crowds cheering. Let's take a look at these students who foster positivity and school spirit.
So what we do is we lead every crowd. We're usually on the floor. I know me personally, I've talked to a lot of refs at the games, just introduce myself to them, other ADs, just kind of letting them know we not only do that, but we built the themes. We had a day this year where some of us went with the football team to the hospital. We went on Down syndrome walk at the beginning of the year. We just do things like that, not only for our school, but also for our community.
Super fans are just like a group of people in the front of the crowds, and we just kind of yell at everyone.
Basically what we do is we lead the student sections and we yell at people the whole game, and we lead chants and stuff.
Oh, basketball season. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be so fun. Yeah, definitely basketball season.
Basketball season, basketball season and our spring sports season, lacrosse, track, baseball, women's soccer, things like that. You can look forward to those sports.
Mostly basketball games this year. I'm really excited to lead basketball games. Not even lead them, honestly, just like be at basketball games.
I mean, everybody's doing a really good job. The freshmen have been doing a fantastic job coming out to games. Really surprised with them. Not going to lie, might be a little controversial. Freshmen have been better than a lot of the juniors showing up to the games, but I'm just saying it's true.
More energy. I feel like, and people not leaving at halftime, I feel like people's energy goes down as the game progresses, but it should be like going up.
We had a really good high roll and start at the beginning of the year, and then we started to slow down after homecoming. So hopefully just picking that back up. There's been times where we've had a bunch of people, but there's been times where we've had basically no people. So hopefully getting to see that pick back up second semester right before the basketball game. I understand people get burned out. They get a little tired. They get more into school, more into homework, things like that. But hopefully picking up second semester, we can start seeing those huge crowds again.
Thank you, Superfans. Another great way to show your school spirit is to participate in a sport or activity. If you're interested in playing an instrument, specifically percussion, think about joining Winter Percussion.
Percussion isn't just drums and loud noises. There's mallet instruments like the marimba and vibraphone, cymbals and bells, along with other paraphernalia. Every year's concept for the season is completely original, from an Egyptian house of life, art, to fiery embers, so why not be a part of a never-before-seen percussion ensemble? Competitions are held at a close-by Rocky Mountain Percussion Association, RMPA, and WGI events. Come meet the amazing staff, Sarah Zambrano and Mikey Darnell, for a fun time with friends and creating vibrant music. Winter Percussion will start shortly after Thanksgiving break, so if you're interested, visit the band room to learn more about the marvelous program that is Winter Percussion. More information is provided on the DRHS Instrumental website that can be found on the DRHS Clubs and Activity tab.
That looks like fun. Also fun is Chakotah this weekend, and we're hosting this annual event right here at Dakota Ridge. It is a casual 3-school dance from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't miss it.
Finally, to end our show with another PSA from Miss Buchanan's senior IB class to help us become more aware of violence in our community. Let's take a look.
Across the U.S. and Canada, highways like this one are the site where many Indigenous women go missing at an alarming rate. Oftentimes, the perpetrators are never brought to justice. Today, we will learn more about the issues and why many of these cases go unreported to the general public.
Missing and murdered women and girls in itself is a serious issue continued by media representation and violent language. For starters, media representation lacks discussion of missing and murdered women and girls. The Urban Indian Health Institute said more than 95% of the cases in the study were never covered by national and international media. This results in a lack of awareness of missing and murdered Indigenous women and children. Along with limited media representation, violent language within media towards Indigenous groups is also harmful because this language negatively depicts Native groups and prohibits sympathy and help. Thus the cycle continues. Native groups are the most at risk because of the socioeconomic environment they live in. More specifically, Indigenous women and girls make up 25% of national female homicide victims, despite representing only 4% of the population.
Part of the problem is that Indigenous women and girls in Canada and Alaska are often not acknowledged by the government, police, and media. Until 2021, the only nationwide statistics on missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls in Canada came from groups such as Indigenous activist groups, rather than the government. In 2021, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police released its first such report in which it said that 1,017 women and girls identified as Indigenous were murdered between 1980 and 2012, which is roughly 4.5 times higher than that of all other women in Canada. This already high rate is even more alarming because this report likely did not identify all of the murdered Indigenous women in Canada, illustrating the other issue of a lack of media acknowledgement of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. These headlines mention just a few of many missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls.
Not only is media representation a contributor to violence against Indigenous women, but violent language plays a role in fueling violent action. UIHI defined violent language as language that engages in racism or misogyny or racial stereotyping, including references to drugs, alcohol, sex work, gang violence, victim criminal history, victim blaming, not naming the victim, and publishing images or video of the victim's death. The cycle of when language fuels violence is continuous. When violent language is used, it leads to stereotypes about Native women, stereotypes which then lead to violent action, and the cycle continues. In summary, violent language devalues the importance of the issue of missing and murdered Indigenous women because it makes excuses for why this violence is happening instead of attacking the root of the problem.
Poor media representation of missing and murdered Indigenous women impact real women at a rate that is higher than national averages. It stems from lack of reporting of these crimes in violent language when they are portrayed in the media. When the media does represent these crimes, they use racist and misogynist language to blame the victims for the crimes that were committed against them. Many of these crimes are not represented properly by the police when compared to the actual amount of crimes experienced. These factors contribute to the continued violence against these women. To combat poor media representation, we need to educate ourselves about these issues.
That's all for today, Eagles. For more D-Ridge news, visit the Cord News website. And remember, stay in school!